Hello and welcome to Encrypted Inc. on today, which is the 13th of the 8th, 2021. I'm your host, Daniel Alvari. It's a beautiful sunny day in Perth today, and that's great. I mean, get outside, guys. It's a beautiful day if you're in Perth. It's been some interesting weather over the past few months, so when you get a chance, get outside, get some sun. All right, what am I going to talk about today? Road to Crypto. Big shout out to you. Thank you for your comment on my YouTube channel. This channel is for you, the people. I'm listening. I will give you my advice, my opinion on everything crypto and ASX as best as I can. So please like, subscribe, share. I'm here for you. I'm going to give you my knowledge onto what is actually happening in the financial markets, in ASX and in crypto, and give you reasons why. I'm not just going to say, hey, look, this is what, you should buy this. I'm not going to give you that. I'm going to give you an analysis as to what is actually happening. Okay? One thing I want to talk about, this was funny because I actually saw this post and it didn't surprise me, but someone put it in, what happened to gold, the price of gold? Like it's shot right down. This is an inflationary period. Gold should be going up. Gold has always been the hedge against inflation. Yes, but here's my explanation on it, and this is not just me rambling off the top of my head of what I think. This is from just research. I spent a lot of time researching this, and this is what I'm going to give back to you. Okay, let's go back to a chart. Charts are great. Charts tell you what's going on in the world. So let's go. Bitcoin here. What happened? Price correction in the crypto market. Massive accumulation period. We're going to go through this again. Who's accumulating during this particular period? We're going to go over it yet again. I've done it in the first video. Institutions in America. Hedge funds. They're hedging, right? Okay, here's the price of gold. Gold has remained, quite stable in that particular time. Okay, so what does this tell you? If institutions are hedging here, what are they hedging against? Well, this tells you the price of gold has just gone down significantly. During an inflationary period, institutions in America and hedge funds, where their hedging was crypto, not gold, during an inflationary period. And this is exactly what you see here. And the alarm bells for that, and people in the know in America were already commentating about this well before this even happened. From people saying Bitcoin is the new gold. Well, it's not gold. Let's put it that way. And then people would come on and it's like, no, because I understand that. I mean, you have to have a hedge. Like, basically, if you're printing a lot of money, you have to back it with something in particular. And, if you have gold, then you can say, well, yes, I can print so much money. Why? Because, I have a lot of gold. Okay? It's simple, right? But whether or not that's a good or a bad thing, and I'm not going to get into that for the economy and just, life and a financial system. The basis of this whole chart here is just to say that, no, we're going to back the crypto market as a hedge against inflation rather than gold. And this exact relationship here is what you see. During an inflationary period, instead of money going into gold, it has gone into the crypto market. And you can see this quite clearly. There's an inverse relationship here. It has had an effect on the gold price. It has had a major effect on the crypto market and the Bitcoin price, Ethereum price. So this is just, I guess, what I'm going to tell you about what happened here and why we have seen an increase in the crypto market and a decrease in the price of gold. Okay? So, that's just my very first thing. That goes on a bit about the ASX and also crypto. As you know, my channel is about both, so this is just a bit of a video about that. So road to crypto. Thank you again, and I am listening for your comment. You want to know about altcoins. For new listeners in here, what is an altcoin? That doesn't make sense to me. All right, well, it's basically an alternative coin. So it's alternative to, and this is argumentative, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I would put Ethereum not so much as an altcoin now. I don't know, that's just my opinion. People would probably still classify it as an altcoin. I don't. I think Ethereum is no longer an alternative coin, but technically speaking, an altcoin is any other coin other than, or cryptocurrency, or crypto, I should say, because not every crypto is a currency, and I'll get to that as well. So yes, it's an altcoin. So he wanted to talk about Theta. What an interesting token, because it is a token. It is not a coin. There is a difference, and how can I explain that? Bitcoin is a coin, so you could say Bitcoin is like a coin, money. A token is, okay, how can I explain a token? And this is an NFT, non-fungible token, and then there's a fungible token. So a fungible token could be considered cash, I guess. So what's a non-fungible token? My best explanation for this, and I don't know how many people I've had ask me this question, what is a non-fungible token and how does it work? Look, it is a very, very complicated, I understand it. It's a very complicated term. And it has very different uses, and I think that's probably why a lot of people get confused by it. What I'm just going to say, in a very basic sense, and in one case use, and I should do a whole show on this, because to explain it, I'll need to actually bring up a particular token on crypto and explain how it gets used in that particular metaverse. So leave that for another show. But just for people that want to just know about Theta, let's look at it. What is Theta? There it is. So let's read about it. Next generation video delivery powered you, Theta ecosystem. Theta's blockchain now accessible through MetaMask plugin. Yeah, what is MetaMask? MetaMask is a wallet. It is a crypto wallet for those people out there. So consider it like your own wallet. It's where you store your money. Okay? Partners, Theta TV, World Series of Poker, G Fuel. So, yeah, okay, they're gaining momentum there, getting people interested in, publishing on Theta network, or I gather it would be more of a network sort of thing, but it is, so yeah, live network status, there it is. There's a validator nodes, okay, great, news. Okay, so what does this tell you? I guess, here we go, the problem. This is essentially what Theta and cryptocurrency is trying to do, or this particular crypto in the crypto world. Today's content delivery lacks reach, causing video buffering, high load times in many parts of the world, skyrocketing data need, yeah, absolutely. Centralized and inefficient systems. Yep, understand what you're saying there. Viewers can earn rewards as Theta fuel. Sharing excess bandwidth, resources, viewers can earn reward, participate in the network. High quality, smooth video, streaming, reduction of video. Let's put this simply, because I think we're not getting to the real reason as to why. Well, I guess you got to ask, why would you invest in this particular coin? Putting it simply, guys, this Theta in just a really broad umbrella sense, and it is the YouTube of crypto. Now, you may think, well, then why would I invest in it? Like, there's YouTube. YouTube's like the number one. Like, these guys have got nothing over YouTube, right? Like, this is just a flash in the pants. Like, this is never going to take off. Technically speaking, with decentralization, crypto or Theta, if they build this correctly, can solve one massive problem that Google, or it's not a problem, but something massive that YouTube has, or an issue that they're probably going through right now. We take it for granted right now. Like, we upload videos, we stream movies, and we just think data's data, you know, whatever. Like, just send it into YouTube. Like, that's it. It's theirs. Like, yeah, it is. It is theirs. Like, they got it. It's centralized. It's in some form of storage on YouTube. Now, if you think about how much data has to be stored in a single location such as YouTube, and just think the enormous amounts of data, new and more data that is just literally coming in from everywhere around the world, in video streaming, in music, on cloud services. What existential problem do you think these companies have? Well, it's not so much a problem, but what's costing these companies a lot of money? The storage of that data. If you think a data center is just something that costs like, you know, $20 to set up, then you're living in another universe. So these companies obviously understand that this is an issue. And where does Theta and crypto come into it, and blockchain? Well, there's a potential for decentralization of data storage. And give an example of this and how this works. The technology, in a sense, in a way, is already here. I don't know if any of you have used something called uTorrent. I don't condone uTorrent. I'm not a piracy person, but uTorrent was revolutionary in a sense. Why? Because when you downloaded something from somebody, say you wanted to download a video, and you wanted to download a video from someone in America. Back in the day, if that person only had that video and you tried to download it through a platform through them, it would take forever for you to download that video. You would literally be waiting maybe 4 hours, whatever it might be, depending on the size of the video, of course. So what did uTorrent do? They designed a way to say, well, what if there's a platform, but if this video is placed on multiple devices, the same video, why do you need to download it from that particular person when you can download portions, tiny little portions of data from all different people who have that data, and then you get that data quicker? It solves the problem that, in a sense, it could solve a problem potentially, in the sense that now we don't even need to have all the data in one location. It can be spread across multiple locations. Okay? As long as somewhere someone has some piece of data, you can accumulate it all together. What does that do? That's, in a business sense, this potentially could stop YouTube from having to spend thousands and thousands, and probably even into the millions, I would say, dollars on data centers. Why? Because technically, and this is where it can go, no, you don't need to have data all specifically in one location anymore. As long as we can gather bits and pieces of data from various places, we can put it all together and then just send it to where it needs to be sent. So, data, essentially, it's it's trying to, I guess, solve maybe that particular problem. Like, this is just my thinking behind why this could be the revolution, why this could be different, and what advantages would it have for a business trying to do something like a business that's already doing it now, but what's their point of difference and what makes it better or more profitable for someone to start up a particular business that practically already exists. So that's technically Theta. That could be Theta's, I guess what would you call that, competitive advantage at this stage. But as you said, I mean, it's a you got to know crypto is a very infant world. So in the sense that, yeah, okay, look, YouTube has a better, YouTube's more popular, YouTube's just, easy to use, sure, but technically speaking, Theta could solve a very, very, very big issue for a company like Google, or even, start up their own platform. So technically that's what Theta is. It's basically the YouTube of the cryptoverse, or metaverse. Interestingly enough, it has a token to it. Now, that's an interesting part, and we'll get into NFTs and how they can be used. My take on NFTs at this present point in time, its use case is similar to the sense that if you were to go to the Royal Show and hop into a go-kart, okay, what do? You don't put your coin into, well, I don't know about where you are, but in Perth, I remember as a kid they gave you a token. I found that interesting. And then what happens when then, you decide not to go on that go-kart? Is that, can you use that token anywhere else in the Royal Show? If you went up to like, I don't know, to go buy a show bag, can you go, look, I got a token from this guy, I'd like to exchange it for, I don't know, Birdie Beetle show bag or something. So, no, you can't. So it's basically saying, like, you can exchange your money, but you have to use it within, our little world, which is the go-kart world, is for the go-karts. So where can tokens go from here? Well, what's my video? So I can talk about this a bit more, because I don't want to keep my videos too long. It is already being used. In the online world, it's already being used, and in the sense of the big space with that at the moment is gaming. And this isn't for everyone, but this is just where it's going. So let's just say you bought and this is a prime example, Axie Infinity token. Axie Infinity is an online game. So what do? Okay, well, to get into Axie, to play the online game, you have to buy the Axie Infinity token. So you put your own money in it, your fiat money, real money. Here we go, I've got an Axie Infinity token. Yay! What can I do with it? Well, let's go into the game and see what happens. Alright, so you go into the game, you can build a character. That might cost you, of your own monies, whatever, such and such. And then what happens? And gamers are like this. Like, they have digital assets. So within the game and within that world, it could be a real world. You could go to a store, you can go buy something from some other Axie Infinity or trade your, I don't know, whatever it might be. Okay, and you probably just think, well, what is the, so what? What's the big deal about this? I mean, this, that's not a big thing. Well, technically it is. Why? Because if I could say you could make real money, like actual money just by playing video games, would you think I'm crazy? Well, if you think I'm crazy, don't think I'm crazy, because it's actually happening. There will be people out there, and this is where it's heading with that particular, in my opinion, with that particular realm of the crypto world, is that you will be able to sit. You could come home after work and go play a game on your iPhone or your app. And it doesn't have to be that particular game, which is quite an interesting game, by the way. I've seen videos about it. It's very interesting. But it could be anything. You can just play any game and you can get rewards for that as a token. And now, but see, the difference is in the crypto world, if you get it as a token, you can exchange that token for anything. You can exchange it into some other form of crypto. And not only that, you can then, if you wish, take that token and basically exchange it on an exchange for fiat money. So what does that mean? Well, that game that you played that, it was just a bit of fun after work or whatever it was, you just make money from doing that. Real money, fiat money, through crypto. Now, it's up to you whether you leave your money in crypto, and some people decide to do that. Why? I mean, because at the end of the day, I know in Australia, if you make money in crypto, you're going to be taxed for it. And that's fair enough. I mean, it's like any other market. It's like saying, well, the stock market, we're not going to tax people on their gains on that. But this is what's happening in the metaverse, in crypto. It's in a sense, I think what people have started to realize that it can be very, very, very revolutionary. It's a different way of doing things. An NFT can also be, so the NFT in itself was basically a use of an asset. So it can be a store of value of a digital asset as well. And now, I've got a bit more time. I won't dwell too much about this. And you think, well, what does that mean? Okay. All right. What does this mean? This is where it's going. This is news. I'll bring it up in a future show, but I'm just briefly going to go over this. What is happening right now? Large designers, like I'm talking like, Versace and that, are taking photos of their models, right, with new clothing, brand new clothing. They are auctioning the digital photo of the model dressed in that clothing, and people are paying exorbitant amount of money for it. Okay? So there's a use of a token. Now, how you think, well, how's that a token? Okay, here's how it is. If you are the owner of that particular token or that particular bit of artwork, whether it be a picture from the model, it's unique and it's different to you, but you only have access to it. And you think, well, then how does this change the world? So, well, I could just take a photo of that model. Well, if it's so exclusive and held within the actual picture itself is held within a platform on that particular company's, system, but you are the only person allowed to access it. Do you find value in that? In the fact that definitely no one can replicate it, because you have the token, you bought the token, and only you can access it. So technically now that token becomes a store of value for that particular photo, which only you can have access to. And this is also happening in the music world. Music producers are now, or have started to produce basically snippets or parts of new songs that they're willing to produce, and people are willing to pay a lot of money for that, just for the exclusivity of being the first person to have this new particular song, or the start of it, or just even the intro of a new particular song that hasn't even been released yet. And to someone, not to everyone, but for some people, and I can understand that, would pay money for that. Why? Because it's exclusive. So NFTs, interesting space. I could talk even more about this. Exclusive, basically, where I think it's heading is that it's a store of value on a digital asset, and where I guess that value comes with that NFT is the fact that it is somewhat exclusive. If it is something that no one else can get their hands on or have, that gives me some sort of sense of value to that, and I think it will give other people a sense of value to that. And I think realistically, if you have something as a store of value digitally, and you can say, well, look, that's tradable now, isn't it? I mean, I like this picture, I got it back years ago. It's almost like art. You got a great piece of art from someone years ago, and you put it up on your wall, and then that person got really famous, but then I got this piece of art from them. Now, where does the tokenizing and digitalization of that help? In the sense that, okay, well, anyone can replicate a piece of art, that's put up on a wall. Some artist could come along who's really great and go, yeah, look, I can paint that, and it's like, okay. And then what happens? You get multiple, and multiple copies of the same piece of artwork that's out there, and then you then start to think, well, is it really that unique now? I mean, everyone's got it. So, just my opinion, guys, and from what I've researched, and I spend a lot of time on crypto. Sometimes, I mentioned previously, I don't sleep at night. This is my passion. This is what I love doing. I think it's an interesting space, and I just can't get enough of it. It's such. We're in a changing world, and I think personally that what this has done is quite revolutionary. I'm just passionate about. I mean, what's the future of crypto? I'm not going to be the crystal ball sort of guy. I'm not going to say like, yeah, I mean, this is going to be this, big thing or whatever. But I'm just telling you, how it has changed the world now, how it can potentially change the world, just by knowing what the technology can do, and just giving you an education on it as to why you might even want to put money into crypto yourself. I have money in crypto. I have money in the ASX. Now, I think Road to Crypto wanted me to do some chart analysis on. So my computer just died. I need to get a faster computer. I've got so much running on here. Oh, if you watched my previous video, guys, about chart analysis on ETH, I did that. I've just posted on my site. This is an updated version. I think I actually did the chart analysis when the chart was about there. I basically explained to you guys, look, I think a buying point would actually be at this sort of middle section right here. Surprise, surprise, it's hit that section and it's now gone on an upward trend. I hope you got in on ETH when I mentioned it would have been an excellent buying point. I mean, why would you buy up here? This is Uniswap, by the way, but buy Uniswap as well. They both follow the same trajectory. In essence, and look at my previous videos, they follow the exact same pattern. As to why, I can explain to you why, but basically Uniswap is a part of the smart chains contract network system, so it technically follows the same thing. So yeah, a great entry point there. What do I think? I'm bullish on Uniswap personally. I'm bullish on Ethereum. If anyone wants to know. I think we're going to see a little bit more of a run in the crypto market, just my opinion, not financial advice. None of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you the charts and analysis side of this. I'm also here to explain crypto. I'm not here to say you should buy this. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. So let's have a look at Theta. If I can bring it up here. I got Theta. I did one. No, that was next one here. Theta. Yes. All right. Move my head over there. Right. So let's have a look. Let's compare it to Ethereum, because Ethereum and Bitcoin, both the same, pretty much benchmarks of where the market's going. So let's look at where Theta was. My charts, my computer's doing funny things. Sorry guys, I do need to upgrade my computer. It is a new computer. I just thought it would be powerful enough for what I do, but obviously not. Why is that doing that? Oh, it's so laggy. This is terrible. Alright, well, can't really do too much chart analysis because, again, my computer likes having heart attacks. If anyone wants a pretty new Lenovo laptop, I'll give you a good price for it. It's not like the worst or the top of the range, but I think I need to change to something a bit more powerful here. So yeah, just hit me up if you're interested, and it's literally like brand new. I don't even think there's a scratch on it, so yeah. I'm in Perth, by the way, so just hit me up if you're in Perth. So yeah, I mean, to put it simply, I think the fundamental side of Theta, yes, I think I'd be bullish on it. What I think you should be aware of, though, is that, and this is one investment advice if you were to invest in Theta token, is look, it needs to have some form of use case. The reason why Ethereum is, probably performing better than any other currency is because it's useful. It has a use. Uniswap, the same, it has a use. PancakeSwap, yes, it has a use. Audius is an interesting one, already has a use. So that's another thing, guys, if you want to get something alternative to Spotify or YouTube music, whatever music platform you're getting your music from, check out Audius. It's a crypto platform. Why do I like it? 10% goes back to Audius, and pretty much majority of what the artists on there are earning is going to them. It's not going to anyone else, which is nice, especially for emerging artists. And they get paid in Audius. So I mean, they in the crypto space, and then they can do whatever they want with that. Again, it comes down to when they get the Audius coin, I mean, they can exchange that for whatever they want. They can exchange it to Theta. They can do what they want with it. But it's a great space. I think it's great for emerging artists. So there's already big artists on there as well. Like, I'm a big Sub-Focus fan. I love drum and bass. He's already got music up on there. So, just check it out and see what you think. Just have it there and just use it. So yeah, the token, the Theta token, sorry. What I like here, this is what I like, and I'm a big fan of channels. Okay, like as you can see here, you've seen an upward channel here, and then obviously there was some, maybe a bit of a sell-off here. Fair enough. Like the price went here from like 4 to what's that, 6. So I mean that's pretty good gain. I can't use my ruler because my computer is just like so slow, but. Look, basically what you've seen here, this has probably been a much, and I call this a sideways, this is accumulation period. I love a sideways channel whenever I see one. These are the great times to buy. These are the worst times to buy, right here. If I'm seeing big peaks, I want to be the owner of that crypto or ASX at that particular time. I don't want to be buying here, although, the crypto market is firing right now. So, any time could be a good time to buy, but I'm just funny about when I want to get a good deal. That's just me. So, looking at this, it's forming somewhat of an upward channel here from its very low here to that low there, to that low there. So, I mean, this is how I form channels, guys. If anyone's interested in charting, forming a channel, you find your highs, you find your lows. You can even see it yourself. So what do I think's happening here? I mean, again, there's probably some sort of. I'll just watch this if I were you. Just watch it carefully, because if it keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down, like quite like bigger highs and lows to this region in a sideways channel for a while, I would probably not want to invest in it. But But if and I wish I could access my chart, I would find probably see this point here where you've seen the highs on a previous, I would call this like mini cycle or whatever like that. If it sort of hits that midpoint there, and it has momentum, and there's quite a bit of volume going into theta at that particular point in time. And guys, if anyone that knows anything about charts, the volume is down here. So yeah, I mean, then I would probably get into theta, or theta, whichever way you say if you're American or Australian. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I like the idea. I think it's great. I think it has a purpose, definitely. Just with it, I'd like to see more about it. You know, let's start making it like the YouTube of crypto. And when I see that, and when that happens, yeah, like get in on it, buy in on it, like just go for it. I think it's great, and I like the idea behind it. So that's it for me, guys. Wrapping this up. 36 minutes, good. It's been half an hour. That's what I want to do for my shows. Please, guys, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm here for you literally for half an hour every day, just providing you information, chart analysis, what's happening in the market, what's happening in the crypto world. Have you got any questions? It's for you, the people. If you have any questions whatsoever, please write a comment. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be as simple as what is an exchange that I should go on, or what is I don't understand this. Just send me a message, put it out on there. I'll run a whole tutorial on it if you tell me that's what you want to talk about. Why? Because I think there are probably so many other people out there probably thinking the same thing as you. Like, I don't understand it either. So it's educational, okay? It's all this is just simply educational. From doing my chart analysis, I hope some people get something out of this, like, and they get into what I do, which is basically crypto trading and ASX trading daily, every day, non-stop. So that's what I do for a living. I love what I do. I will never change what I did. I took a leap of faith in getting out of a job that I wasn't quite happy with, and I just thought, I'm going to give this a go and see if I can make anything of it, and I've never looked back. And now I just want to share what I've known from taking that leap of faith, and giving it back to you. But number one rule, guys, knowledge is key. Think like a business. Think like a business would think. Like, put yourself in their shoes. You think, is this a good idea? You think this will actually take off? Make sure things are scalable. These are just some tips. And do a lot of research. Do so much research. Don't just invest blindly. That is the worst mistake you can possibly do, especially in crypto, more than probably the ASX, but even in the ASX as well. So thank you again for tuning in. I keep looking at my little bobblehead. I'm getting better at this. I should look at the camera, but I'm a bit camera shy, if anyone knows me. So yeah, thanks again. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. This is Encrypted Inc. Decrypting the crypto and ASX market for you. Thanks for tuning in.